belief system straight, man, and then it's judgment time for us. Day of reckoning. Yep, friends, I'm on everybody's side. That's your choice too. I learned it from Christ. He was no man's enemy. They hated him without a cause, wanted to kill him. That's it. They wanted to silence him. Totally opposed to First Amendment rights. That's one nice thing we got going in America, is that a lot of our principles and values, precepts, were based on Christian values and truths and realities, facts, the way it is, through God's lens, not through ours. We got to always reach up to God for the right opinion, the right stand on issues. Otherwise, we're on. Remember, it's just shifting sand. It's all going to collapse. Rather, what we need to do is build our foundation on the rock of our salvation, which is the teachings of Christ. Very simple, no burden at all. No, his yoke is easy, his load is light. It's the best path, the only one. Be on the right one. I mean, you run this race called life, human existence. You choose your own reality. You choose who you really want to be deep down inside. Okay, not what society projects on you because of your job description, job title, what you do for a buck, or any other reason. Don't let your family decide, and don't let anybody else, collectively or individually, you decide who you are. And it's your prerogative to be every man's friend. Jesus Christ was every man's best friend, and they didn't know it. That's how delusional they were. Would they want to kill the guy that was out for only their own good, to tell him to repent or perish? I mean, he explained to them they were like vipers, they're scoundrels. They're just deceptive and just miserable, evil, demon-possessed like beings, these people, the way they operate, the legalists, the authoritarians of the time, the religious leaders of the time were horrible. They hated him because even seeing the miracles he was doing, raising dead people, healing sick people with every ailment, disease, blindness, deafness. Whew. They saw that. So those people still exist. Their lineage is still here. That caliber, that mentality of people is still here. That spirit is still here. Yeah, until Christ returns, that's the way it is. So, yeah, I'm not invested in this world at all. I'm still enjoying my life. Life's good. As hard as it is being human, as difficult it is to try to walk a righteous path, be meek, and try to please God above all. And then you become a friend not only to God, but by extension, by default position, you're a friend to man. Not some men. You've got to love your enemies. You've got to reach out to them and give the same message Christ did. He said what he had done, every man could do and more in terms of reaching people and bringing the good news. And it is good news to the righteous, to the downtrodden, to the poor, to the disenfranchised, the misfits, the dispossessed out there. It is good news. And it's good news to evil men too, if they weren't delusional by choice. I mean, I don't know. At some point you're making your choice to be delusional and be totally invested in the wrong things. Have sold your soul for a few bucks and say, no, I don't care. I'd commit genocide to keep my position in place. I love my life in this world that much. And money has a lot, everything. That's it, man, because that'll get me everything. Even King Solomon in his wisdom, he didn't condone it, but he said money is the answer for everything. That's it, man. When you got money, okay, everybody's in awe of you, right? I'm sure when you go to the bank, right, and you go through the drive-thru and they say, wow, this guy's got billions of dollars. And yes, sir, no, sir. Wow, I mean, they tell their coworker, you know who that was that just came through? I mean, you could just imagine people come in contact, that guy's worth millions. He's got millions in his account. You think God's impressed? You think the meek and righteous are impressed? We got Jesus Christ suffering needlessly, sometimes dying out in the cold, or his substitutes, his stand-ins, and we're going to be okay with that. That's our reality. That's the way we think. That's our mindset. That's our values. They've been dictated to us, handed down, trickled down disease handed from the top down, uppermost echelons of power. And it's all about money, friends. Politics and money, like this, two peas in a pod. You better believe it. And finding solutions is the last thing on a lot of these people, the Democrats and Republicans, okay? You solve problems, people lose jobs. It's sick. It's twisted. It's perverse. That's the state of the secular church system. A bad religion. I get rid of all the politicians. That's a good start. We don't need any of them. Keep the cops. Yeah, we need law and order. Yeah, we keep the cops. Keep the military. Sure, we want to be able to defend our borders, right? But all the politicians, as far as I'm concerned, take a slow boat to China, friends. All right, I'm quickly on to some recent current events and other talking points. Last week I was talking about the fact that my dad was a Marine in the Second World War. But he told me to read this great book. He gave me the book, in fact, War is a Racket by Smedley Butler. Check it out if you want. But this was a highly decorated Marine Corps general, this Smedley Butler. He knew what he was talking about. He knew that evil men will start war for profit. That's one good way to commit genocide, isn't it? Right in your face, too. Oh, it's a just cause and all this crap. Yeah, well, genocide is never a just cause. Taking the life of another human being is never just unless you absolutely have to. You're forced into a position where you have to do it. So, friends, winter begins in less than 2 weeks, and that's really the middle of winter. I know they say that's the start of winter, right? But the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year, so the days start getting longer from, December 21st, I think? Yeah. So just remember that. It's the middle of winter, really, is the right way to look at it. And the same goes for summer. It's the middle of summer and the summer solstice. Trump is obviously, he's gone off the deep end, I warned everybody, read what Dr. Russell Blaylock says about diet soda pop, the aspartame. Because I got word, I don't know if it's rumor or not, but Trump was drinking about a 6-pack of diet soda pop out with aspartame every day. Look into it, my friends. But something's wrong here. There's racism allegations. He's having dinner with some racist, and then we got also this Kanye West, man. That guy's gone off the deep end too. What the hell is going on, man? It's like demons are hopping into people. What the hell's going on here? See, had 2 different attacks. A raccoon attacked a little girl, and mother saved her. That footage is incredible if you saw that. And the coyote attacked a little girl, and the dad had to scoot him away. Boy, oh boy. I tell you what, man, that's something else. I never seen anything like that. The military service teaches guys, including my dad, who I was mad at because I thought he was too intimidating. Big guys, they know almost intuitively they've got to be extra gentle and not intimidating. But my dad had that kind of air. And but intimidation isn't pretty. I want to be the opposite of intimidating is really what I'd like to be. But the military teaches guys to be killers, so I mean, that's pretty violent if you're a trained killer. So, but in life, I've found that most big guys, really big guys, are typically gentle giants. Has been my experience. That they know that just their size alone is intimidating. Sometimes I like to joke with them that I bet all the guys are trying to be your friend. It's nice to have big guys as your friend, right? All right, I'm on to a thought or two from this last month or two. I firmly believe that we humans really ought to think long and hard about how we would like to be remembered by most people. Once we have departed, for example, do we want to be remembered as someone who was always right, or would we prefer to be remembered as someone who was always nice? The choice is ours alone, friends. The way I see things, we can be only one of 2 types of makers, either peacemakers or troublemakers, and only we can decide which to choose. Friends, I gotta leave it there. Best to everybody. Have a great day. Have a great eternity. and strive to just be a nicer and nicer human being. Love God above all else, and then love your fellow man as yourself, as your own children. Let us try to live as one family so that we can find happiness, which is granted from one source above, our Creator, our God, our owner, our divine parents, who love us more than we'll ever imagine, and we need to let other people know we're precious treasures. The world doesn't tell us that. The world tells us they'd be better off without us, right? So always remember that, friends.